Hello! I'm a lion, and I like to tell you stories about animals. And so what I'm going to do today is tell you a story about an animal. So this is my friend the lion. Hi there. Hi there. And he wants to tell you a story that's written about animals. Don't you? Yes, I do. Here we go. This is a book about animal tales. And here we go. The first story we're going to read is called The Tortoise and the Hare. Oh boy! The Tortoise and the Hare! This is about a tortoise and a hare! The Tortoise and the Hare. In the woods, there lived a very slow tortoise and a very swift hare. The hare was a proud animal and well aware of his speedy talents. He took delight in taunting the humble tortoise. One morning the tortoise was plodding along when the hare began to run circles around him. I just saw a snail slither by faster than you, said the hare. Perhaps you did, said the tortoise. I may be a slow creature, but I like the challenge. You to a race. You? Challenge me to a race? Laughed the hare. Is he laughing? The noisy laughter of the hare caught the attention of the other animals. They liked the idea of watching a good race. The next morning, the tortoise slowly made his way to the starting line. The hare was still in bed. He had been up all night bragging to the other animals about his upcoming victory over the tortoise. Soon it was time for the race to begin. The tortoise was ready. The hare was just walking up. On your mark, barked the fox. Get set. Whoa! Don't start without me. The hare dashed to his place in the starting line. Go! Squeaked the mouse. See you at the finish line, laughed the hare. Leaving the tortoise in a cloud of dust, the hare ran so fast that he was out of sight in an instant. When the dust settled at the starting line, the tortoise had only taken a few steps. The hare himself, as he raced far ahead of the tortoise. I'll show that old tortoise, he shouted. He should have known better than to think he could beat me in a race. Soon the hare grew tired. He had run so fast that he was halfway through the race course. I am far ahead of the tortoise, thought the hare. I think I'll just take a rest until he comes along. That ought to show him how foolish he is to race me. Then he stretched out on a hammock. The hare found a few carrots and enjoyed a little snack. After he had eaten his fill, he felt sleepy. Well, I suppose there's no harm in taking a nap, the hare said. He shut his eyes and soon he was sound asleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise was making slow but steadily progress along the path. Ooh. The tortoise happily moved along one step at a time, enjoying the scenery and greeting the other animals along the way. After quite some time, he came upon the sleeping hare. The tortoise tried to be as quiet as he passed the foolish hare. He noticed his friend Squirrel in the nearby tree. Hello, Squirrel, said the tortoise. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Yes, said Squirrel. Keep up the good work. Thank you, replied Tortoise. While the foolish hare continued to sleep, the tortoise patiently made his way down the trail, climbing hills and crossing forests. Hours had passed as he crept past a brook, moised through a field, and walked beside a pond. Next, the tortoise passed his friend, Owl. "Great job," hooted Owl. "Thank you," replied the tortoise. "I can see the finish line from here." Owl cheered from up in the tree. Soon the tortoise could see the finish line in the distance. Still the hare dozed away. As the sun sank low in the sky, a cool breeze blew, chilling the hare. At last he awoke. The hare yawned and rolled out of the hammock. He noticed the sun was setting. Then the hare remembered the race. "The tortoise! I must get back to the race." "You better hurry if you want to win," said the squirrel. "The tortoise passed hours ago." "How could the tortoise be winning? I'd better get moving." The hare darted off in a panic. The hare scampered along, tripping and falling as he scrambled to make up for lost time. The hare went as fast as he could, and as he went over the last hill, he could see the tortoise ahead of him, crossing in on the finish line. "I declare, the tortoise has beaten the hare," roared Bear, as the animals cheered. "Congratulations!" The tortoise and the hare came puffing towards the finish line, completely out of breath. "How did you beat me?" the hare asked, catching his breath. "I'm so fast." "You are fast, Mr. Hare," said the tortoise. "And you're so slow," huffed the hare. The tortoise nodded. "I may be slow, but I am patient and I am steady." And that's one of our classic stories from Treasure Animal Tales.